Okay, in this video we're going to have a look at the electrolysis of ionic solutions, and I'm going to use copper chloride as my example to talk to you about this. Okay, I'm just going to go straight into the reaction. I'm not going to talk too much about the setup. If you're not sure about that, go and watch one of the other videos looking at the introduction to electrolysis, and it'll show you how this is set up. Here's my ionic compound. So it's copper chloride, CuCl2, and the AQ, remember, this means dissolved in water. So this is dissolved in water. Water is H2O. And therefore, when I think about the ions involved, I've got to consider not just the ionic compound, but also the H2O and its formation of ions. So when I do that, my CuCl2 breaks down to give me copper ions, Cu2+, and chloride ions, Cl-. The H2O is also going to give me some ions, as we've said. It's going to give me H+ ions and OH- ions. So therefore, I've got two cations and two anions in this reaction. At either cathode, I can only deal with one of those at a time. Let's look at what happens at the cathode. So at the cathode, here's my reactivity series just to remind us. Here's hydrogen and here's copper. At the cathode, it is the least reactive that is going to react first. So in this case, copper is below hydrogen in the reactivity series. So it's going to be the copper ions that react first. So if I come back to here, okay, at the cathode then, my copper ions are going to react first, and what they're going to do is they are going to pick up 2+ ion picks up 2 electrons to form copper. Because this is gaining electrons, this is reduction. Reduction is gaining. So at the cathode, I've got reduction, and I would start to see copper metal forming on the electrode, which is the cathode. Okay, and this is because the least reactive ion goes first. On this side, it's going to be the simplest. So at the anode, it's going to be the simplest. Chlorine contains Cl, just Cl, so it's just one. Hydroxide is O and H, so it's got 2 parts to it. So this got 1 part, therefore it's going to be the chloride ion that's going to react first. And when it does that, the chloride ion releases its electron, loses its electron to form chlorine. And probably thinking, where's he got these 2s from? Let me just remind you about that. So what we've got in the simplest terms is a chloride ion forming chlorine and releasing 1 electron. But we know that chlorine is diatomic. It goes around in 2, so I need 2 of those. Therefore, I need 2 of those, and I need to release 2 electrons. So that's where the 2s have come from this equation. Because this is losing electrons, this is oxidation reaction at the anode, and I would be able to see bubbles of gas forming as the chlorine is produced at that electrode.